we could try to identify what this is. It looks like it's a y squared minus x squared. So it's either, it looks like a hyperbola, and we don't know if it's trans x or trans y. Okay, so again, we want to group these terms. Okay, and it's y squared y, so we're going to group those. We're going to group the x's together. I'll do this in green here. Okay, so I'm going to do the x's first. Now we could have done the y's first and kept it in that y squared minus x squared orientation. But again, this is more preference, but I prefer to keep it with the x in the front. Okay, so I'm going to end up with plus 36y squared minus 216y, and I'm going to put the 239 on the other side of the equation. Complete the square means I need to factor this, so just be careful when you're factoring. It's going to be, you're factoring the negative out of here, so it becomes plus 2x, so that sign changes. Okay, I'm going to factor the 36 out of here, so 36 y squared, 216 divided by 36 is 6, and then there's my completed square. Okay, I need to still fill that in to complete the square. Okay, so then complete the square here. This is going to be completed square with 1. I've added negative 4 groups of 1, so I need to balance the other side with the same negative 4. Here I'm going to complete the square with 9. I've added 9 groups of 36. Well, 9 groups of 36, what's that going to be? That's going to be 324. So plus 324 to balance off that 36 groups of 9. Okay, so again, it's really important that you balance this off. So now I've completed the square, I've balanced the equations. I'm just going to write it in the completed square form. Okay, and then adding that all up, that's going to be, what's that? That's going to be negative 243 plus 324. So that looks to me to be 81. Positive 81. I just have to double check that. Doing my mental math here. 43. Sorry, 43. So that's going to be 80. Yeah, 81. So this is a hyperbola. It looks like I'm going to get rid of that negative. So I'm going to divide by negative 81. And that's going to make it positive x squared minus y squared. So I get a very good idea of what my orientation is. So this is going to be a trans y graph. Okay, so this ends up being x plus 1 squared 4 over 81 minus 36 y minus 3 squared over 81 equals negative 1. Okay, so then I've established that this is a trans y graph. Okay, so that's important. I also, since it's in the perfect square form, I know where the center is. Okay, the center is going to be at negative 1, positive 3. Okay, and then the a and b values. Okay, my a value, we need to use the reciprocal here. So the reciprocal is 81 over 4. So the square root of that is going to be 9 over 2. Here, this one actually simplifies. Okay, so maybe I should have simplified that, but regardless, I can still work out this b value. It's going to be reciprocal of that 81 over 6 over 36 square root equals 9 over 6. So there's my square root form. I'm going to simplify this to 3 over 2. Okay, so this is 4.5, 1.5. I can then work out my slope. From these two, I generate my slope. My slope works out to be 3 over 2 over 9 over 2. Okay, 2's cancel out. This simplifies to a slope of plus minus 1/3. Okay, so I pretty much have everything I need here to graph this expression. Okay, so I'm going to draw my axes. My center is going to be at -1, +3. Okay, so -1, +3, I'm going to draw here. It's going up and down, so it's trans y. I know along the a-axis, or the x-axis, I'm going to go to the right 4.5, so maybe around here, that's going to be 3.5. I'm going to go to the left 4.5, so that's going to be -5.5. Okay, so this is going to be, what did I say that was going to be? 3.5 and 3. Okay, that's the coordinates going to be 3.5 and 3. I'm going to work out the y coordinates here of these parts. The y coordinate is going to be using 1.5, so I'm going to go up 1.5, right about there. So this is going to be 4.5, -1, that coordinate. I'm going to go down 1.5, so this coordinate here is going to be 1.5, sorry, it's going to be, I've got that backwards, don't I? -1, and that's going to be positive 4.5. This coordinate here is going to be -1 and positive 1.5. Okay, so that would be that vertex there. Since I know a and b values, I can just work out my slope triangle here. Okay, my slope triangle is going to be based on the corners. These corners here, 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 and here. There's my asymptotes. Okay, writing in the equation of these asymptotes is going to be y equals, what was the slope again? 1/3, 1 over 3, x minus -1, and the y coordinate was +3. This line was y equals -1 over 3, x minus -1 plus 3. Okay, so there it is. The last part is actually drawing the graph. Again, I just need the vertex and the asymptotes, and I can draw I know exactly what this graph looks like. Okay, it just goes from the vertex and follows the asymptotes.